There's a young rabbi in our community here in Brooklyn who told me that for over 2 weeks he contracted the virus, and for over 2 weeks he was in his home with fever between 102 and 104.5. He said at times he was feeling delirious. He didn't know what was going on. He had Hatzalah coming to his home to give oxygen to him every other day. And then it got to a point where he couldn't stay home anymore. And he had to go to the hospital. And he was actually rushed to the hospital. He said it was a Tuesday afternoon. And he got there, he said his oxygen level was at 82. If it would go down 2 more, you have to be on a respirator. And he was there, it was Thursday now. He said, I'm there for 2 days. He described the very difficult experience that he had. Now it's Thursday, his oxygen level is still at 82. He asked the nurse, he said, nurse, when am I going to get out of here? And the nurse said to him in a nice way, I don't know if you'll get out of here. But if you do, it's not going to be for at least a week or 2, maybe more. And at that moment he realized what grave danger he was in. And he was lying in his bed all alone thinking about life. And he said that night, it was close to midnight, he called up a good friend of his, a chavruta of his, and he said, you know, my Rosh Yeshiva from Israel from many years ago, our Rosh Yeshiva, he's in town. I know he comes to town, he comes to New York every Pesach. Could you please call him and ask him to pray for me? Tell him that his former student is in Sakana and to pray for me, please. He's the Rosh Yeshiva of, I think it was Pachad Yitzchak, Rabbi Yonasan David. And he tells him, please pray for me. So the friend says, yes, I'll get in touch with him right now. And he found out where he is. He got in touch with him. The rabbi's in his high 80s. And he told them, I'm going to start right now and I'm going to read the whole Tehillim for him. This is midnight. He's going to read for 3 hours, the whole Tehillim. And he read, and he read with kavanah, with heartfelt, with tears. The young rabbi told me, he said that at 3 o'clock in the morning, literally 3 hours later, a nurse came into his room and said, looks like we're giving you too much oxygen. Let me lighten the dose a little bit. She came back a couple of hours later. She said, wow, you're doing much better. You don't need any oxygen. She took him off the oxygen. His oxygen level went back to normal. She took his temperature. For the first time in almost 3 weeks, his temperature went down. There was nothing they could do before to get it down. It was 98.6. The nurse said, honestly, I don't believe in God. But what happened to you here is a miracle. And she told him, when you came into the hospital a few days ago, we all knew that it was just a matter of time. And for you to be here now with 98.6 and your oxygen back is a miracle. She said, but we're going to keep you here for another week or 2 just to make sure everything's okay. Another week. A few hours later, they tell him, you know what, get up and see if you could walk. He was not able to walk before. He got up and he started walking back and forth. They told him, you're back to normal, you're healthy, go home. And he was home that day, Friday afternoon before Shabbat. And he said from the day before, where I thought it was all over, to 1 day later being home in my house, back to normal. This is the koach of Tehillim. This is the koach of Tefillah. From one person. What one person could accomplish with their Tehillim, with their heartfelt Tehillim.